Once again, hello and welcome to this session on data visualization with Tableau and data science using R. So you'll be predominantly learning about two tools, one being Tableau, another being R. These two will give you a deadly combination, deadly edge in the market to venture into the profession called data science. And the role that you'll be getting into would be called as data scientist. What is the amount of data that we are looking at? What is the amount of data that we are getting drenched in? We are drowning in data and we are starving for knowledge. Things which are outside the planet, satellites, etc., are sending data relentlessly 24 bar 7. Mars rover, which is now currently on the planet called Mars, is also generating data 24 bar 7, 365 days without any break. That is the amount of data that we are discussing about. Each credit card or debit card transaction that you perform is a data point which is getting generated. Each product that you purchase online on your e-commerce site or in brick and mortar stores is a data point which is getting generated. On stock market, every millisecond data is generated. Things which were on the shelf earlier, for example, books and library, are now digitized. We have almost all the books in form of ebook. It's being digitized. Wikipedia gives you wealth of information free of cost without ads. That's wealth of information. You have a lot of blogs, you have a lot of forums, people write a lot of review comments. Social media, that's amazing evolution, right, for our humankind now. A lot of data getting generated. Amazon, Netflix, so on and so forth. Just to get a sense on what is the amount of data which is getting generated now, let me show you this. 500 million tweets every day. 500 million multiplied by 140 characters. That is what your Twitter allows. If you're not active on social media, I would request you all to start being active on social media. Companies such as Twitter or Facebook look into how active you are on social media before hiring you for the position of data science. So no running away, friends, even if you want to. There are 1.3 billion accounts on Twitter. This is what I was saying. This is the latest information. 100 hours of video is getting uploaded every minute. How do you analyze those 100 videos? How do you do image processing? And how do you segregate the videos is a real challenge. And that is the kind of project that I'm working on as part of my research. 800 new websites are created every minute. 100 terabytes of data uploaded daily, 30 billion pieces of content shared every month. That is 30 plus petabytes of user data. Mark Zuckerberg has come on record saying that 1 million people, or sorry, 1 billion people were connected to Facebook on a single day. What do you think is the world population, friends? Any guesses on what is the world's population?
I think 8 billion.
Yeah, approximately 8 billion. It is 7.7 billion as of now, and very soon it will touch 8 billion. Exactly. It is approximately 8 billion. Out of these 8 billion, 1 billion people were on Facebook. On one single day, they were connected. That's the amount of data which is getting generated. Google processes 100 petabytes of data each day, and 1 petabyte is equivalent to 1,000 terabytes. And think about this: the latest state-of-the-art laptops have 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte space maximum hard disk space, and every day 100 petabytes, that is equivalent to 100,000 or 1 lakh terabytes of data is getting generated. How would you process that data? What inferences would you draw from that? What insights do you want to draw from that? And the insights that I want to draw should be proactive in nature. I don't want reactive, analysis to be performed. I don't want to react after something goes wrong, like Nestle Maggie, right? Wherein Once people started cribbing about excess lead content in Maggi, then Nestle management has suddenly woken up from their deep slumber. What if they started using analytics beforehand? What if they were analyzing the social media? What if they would have analyzed the tweets, Facebook comments, so on and so forth? They would have upfront come to know that there is something going to, you know, go wrong from the Maggi perspective. And they would have, at least the senior management, if they would have come up in the open and made a statement that there's nothing wrong with the Maggi product that you consume, it would have instilled a lot of confidence in the people, right? So, yeah, those are the things that you can perform. 1 million customer transactions every hour in Walmart. What would you do with this humongous data? How would you analyze that? How would you know, tweak this data for your business benefit? That is analytics all about. All right. So you'll be learning about a tool called Tableau, which is data visualization tool as part of this training curriculum. If you ask me a question on why Tableau, why not any other data visualization tool, then look at this. In 2013, Gartner, which is into research, has published this Gartner's Magic Quadrant. That is what it is called as Magic Quadrant. And on this Magic Quadrant, Tableau happens to be in the leaders quadrant. Amazing. But you might question this, that this is outdated information, right? 2013. Let me show you for 2014. In the year 2014, Tableau was number one when it comes to ability to execute on the leaders quadrant. And it was very much there on the leaders quadrant, dominating the likes of your Microsoft, IBM, SAS, SAP, so on and so forth, which have decades and centuries of history. Again, you might raise this question that this is dated back to 2014. I want the current information. I'm coming to that slowly and steadily. In the year 2015, once again, Tableau happens to be in the leaders quadrant, which is number one quadrant which any organization craves to be in, right? And whenever any organization wants to outsource a piece of work or wants to procure business intelligence tool, they would actually look into Gartner's Magic Quadrant, which is highly reliable. And this is dated back to 2015. You might ask me, hey, what about 2016? In Feb 2016, Gartner has released this Magic Quadrant wherein Tableau is once again leading the race when it comes to ability to execute. Why not learn the best tool in the market? Why do you want to go with substandard tools? Yeah, career is extremely important for everyone. Hence, why shouldn't we focus on this, right? Now, the number one tool. This is the reason why you'll be learning about a tool called Tableau from the data visualization perspective. Is this mandatory for a data scientist? Oh yes, absolutely. You need to know one of the data visualization tools for sure. No running away from that. All right, let me take you guys back to the browser and show you at what pace data would get generated moving forward. Let me show you this. Now we have 4G network, fourth generation. What if we move into 5G? What would the world be for us? Look at 5G. Don't think that people are not working on that. Verizon, AT&T, number one and number two in US respectively, have started prototyping 5G networks indoors basically. And South Korea, which has the world's highest internet users, it has the best internet penetration across the globe. It's not US, friends, it's South Korea. They are planning to launch 5G network in Winter Olympics in 2018. And Japan wants to follow the suit by releasing the same for the Summer Games in 2020. In 2020, I'm telling you on record that the amount of data that would get generated would increase at least by 500 fold. I'm not being as optimistic as this particular article is, which says the data would get increased by 1000 fold. If you're not going to venture into this profession now, you would later on repent for that, and you would definitely enter into this profession. No running away from this also, but it'll be too late. By then you'll not be a pioneer, but you'll be one of those followers. And if 5G networks kicks off, we would be looking at speeds of 10 gigabytes per second. That is equivalent to downloading 10 movies every second. And the response rates would be less than 1 millisecond. 1/10 of a second is what it will take for you to navigate the websites. The next generation will be super fast. We have to gear up to, challenge the likes of millennials. All right. So this is the kind of data that we are looking at. And here somewhere they say that Internet of Things would take precedence over everything else. Exactly. What is Internet of Things? Different devices being interconnected. Not many devices as of today are connected. Is your fridge connected to your mobile phone? No. Right? Is your washing machine connected to your fridge? No. Is your washing machine and your fridge connected to your internet and then later on to your e-commerce site? No. Which would happen very soon. I'm not making up stories here. Those things are already live in most of the developed countries. If the number of eggs in your fridge tray are empty, your fridge would automatically speak to your e-commerce site and place an order automatically. If the washing powder is not there in your washing machine would place an order for you. This is the kind of world that we are going to move into. And still, if we are laid back and thinking about the old technologies, doesn't help. Now, let me start off from this. Data scientist is the sexiest job of the 21st century. Who doesn't want to be sexy? Everyone wants to be, right? And this is the statement not which is made by me. This statement is made by Harvard Business Review. Harvard is arguably the #1 B school on this planet. You should have real guts to, post this kind of an article in 2012, not now. And alongside, they have made this alarming statement which told that the shortage of data scientists is becoming a serious constraint in some sectors. I would say data scientist is a serious constraint. Filling this position is a serious constraint across all sectors. People want to hire data scientists, but they're not getting decent data scientists in the market. What is this shortage going to be? McKinsey, which is once again the leading research player in management consulting, has to say this, that by 2012, United States alone could face a shortage of 140,000 to 190,000 people with deep analytical skills. IITs of the world, IIM, your Fortune 100 B schools are gearing up to, meet this job shortage. They are gearing up to fill these positions. That is the kind of world we are living in. And this is a great opportunity for all of us. We need to grab it with both hands. And this is what has been published recently on Times of India homepage. To post on homepage, you need to have once again guts, and it has to be backed by a lot of research. Otherwise, people are going to screw their happiness. Data scientists earning more than CAs. There were days when people used to say, hey, you need to be a chartered accountant to make money, mint money. Now that particular statement is changed. They say you need to be a data scientist to earn more than a chartered accountant. Glassdoor has named this data science as the best job of the year for 2016. And in 2012, Harvard has already told that data scientist would be a sexiest job, which we already knew. Data scientists with around 5 years of experience would be earning 25 lakhs per annum. This is US market. In India, 5 multiplied by 3 would be the right salary. Number of years of experience multiplied by 3 lakhs per annum. That's the kind of salary that data scientists in India are drawing. 8 to 15 lakhs for a CA, 5 to 8 lakhs for engineers with the same level of experience. And India will face a demand supply gap of 2 lakh analytics professionals. Equation is simple. There's a lot of demand and there's a dearth in the supply. This is the reason why you're heavily paid. There is no other reason. Yeah, of course. Not many people would venture into this because this includes a lot of maths and stats. That is an exciting article which was written on Sunday. And Forbes, which is also a very good magazine, has to say this. Unicorn data scientists are hard to find, and if they find, they are paid $200,000 upwards per year. Even if they don't know how to code, point to be taken note of. Most people ask me, they say, do I need to know strong programming skills? Not required. Are we programmers? No, we are data scientists. Do we do some amount of coding? Oh, yes. But are you a software engineer? No. Right? You need to know coding, but not to the extent of being a software engineer because we are not Java developers or .NET developers. We are data scientists. We play with data. In the due course, if there is some amount of coding that is required, we do so. Okay. And look at this. For a fresher in US, $76,000 is a norm. I know a lot of people, my younger brothers, so on and so forth, who have settled in US. For 10 years of experience, they're drawing 80,000, 90,000, etc. Which is, I mean, I don't know. Freshers in data science are drawing that. So why don't you venture into that space? Right? And this is what Economic Times has to say. Way back in 2000, September 2012, 14, I believe, they published this article. Salaries of chief data scientists with over 10 years of experience are regularly touching 1 crore mark. And Paytm, which was planning to hire a team of 8 data scientists in Canada, was planning to pay $250,000 per annum. People who have already been to US through their companies, or if you have your friends, relatives, just call them and check with them once on when would they get $250,000. Even if they spend 20 years in US, even if they spend 30 years in US, right? 30 years of experience working only in United States, they will not achieve this. People getting 60 70 lakhs, getting 1.2 crores in India. It is 50 lakhs on average annually. Most of the people who are joining this session here have 10 to 15 years experience. Ask yourself on when would you reach 50 lakhs per annum mark in your current profession, right? So this is an eye opener for all of us. New age IT skills can double your pay. What is that we need to learn? Learn tools such as R, right? It's becoming very popular. And I'll tell you why R, right, in just a moment from now. So why we'll be learning about a tool called R alongside learning the various data science concepts. Google Trends is going to show you data live as of date, what's happening in this space. What do you see by looking at this graph? Is the demand for data scientists as a profession increasing or decreasing? It is increasing exponentially. There's no linear growth, friends. There is an exponential growth. Would this growth continue into the future? Oh, yeah, absolutely. As long as there is technological advancements, as long as the number of smartphone users increase, as long as the number of internet users increase, as long as there are new products in the market pertaining to technology, data scientists as a profession would grow. No doubt, have no doubts absolutely on that. All right. And we'll be learning about a tool called R. Before that, There might be, I mean, in the past, there were a lot of participants who asked me on why not SAS, which is also a very good analytical tool. Let me leave it to your discretion. What do you think? What is happening to SAS? Is the demand for SAS increasing or decreasing? Can you all respond on the chat window, please? Friends, decreasing. Stable is what Ankur says, but Ankur, there is a slight decline there. Yeah, and this demand would further decrease. No doubt about that. Let me show you one more thing. Where is that gone? Specifically wanted to show this, that the demand for SaaS is decreasing, friends. It would not increase. This is a world of open source software that we are working in, that we are living in rather, right? And if you want to do basic statistical analysis, you need to use SAS base. If you want to use data mining, you need to procure license for SAS Insight, which is for data mining. And if you want graphical user interface, you need to go with eMiner or EG. If you want to do time series analysis, you need to go with time series ETS. If you want to do data simulation or data optimization, you need to go with OR. And if you end up procuring all these, you'll be spending at least 20 to 30 crores per annum on just the license. In comparison to that, R is a tool which comes for free, which can do all of these things and a bunch of additional things which SAS cannot even dream about doing in the near future. And a few of the other participants told, hey, well, what about SPSS, which is from IBM? I think that is also a fantastic tool. Maybe it is fantastic, but why do you want to invest your effort, time, money on tools that are shrinking? And let me show a comparison with R. There is absolutely no comparison. The reason being, R is open source and there are 2 million active users working on R. And one more thing is, Revolution Analytics, which used to work on enterprise solutions, which is still continuing to work on building the enterprise solutions based on R, was acquired by Microsoft in 2015, sometime in Feb, I believe, or 2014. Not really sure about the exact date. But you know the kind of market penetration which Microsoft has. And for them to push Revolution Analytics into the market would be a cakewalk. And already Microsoft has started doing that in a big way, because Revolution Analytics price is almost 1/10 of what your other tools are. 1/10 is the cost. And you can do a bunch of additional things using Revolution Analytics. Amazing. And when I've gone to Naukri and done the search data scientist, you can also do it. This is just before the session I've done this. Right? There are 8,420 data scientist jobs to be filled. Do we have those many data scientists in the market? Absolutely no. Right? And let me show you a few salaries which would come up here. Look at that, 4 to 8 years of experience, 16 to 25 lakhs per annum. And they also say salary is not a constraint. 4 to 9 lakhs per annum for a person who has 2 to 7 years experience. 6 to 11 years experience, 22.5 lakhs to 37.5 lakhs per annum. For a person who has 5 to 10 years, 20 lakhs per annum to 35 lakhs per annum. What are you waiting for? I mean, I'm not cooking up anything. This is there on the internet now. You can go to Naukri and search. Right? And to become a successful data scientist, you need to learn these 4 techniques. You can go to xlr.com, go to courses, analytical certifications. Then these are the 4 things that you'll be taught as part of the training curriculum. If you want to get into the depth and look into what concepts will be taught, you just need to click on each and every core topic. For example, statistical analysis, let it come up. And all you need to do is click on the course agenda, and here is the agenda, which should be covered as part of your statistical analysis. On similar lines, you need to know data mining, forecasting, and data visualization techniques to be called as a successful data scientist. And each and every session is recorded, and we place a recorded session on a learning management system. You would be provided with username and password, and you'll be, since I've logged in using admin console, I'm able to see all the options, but you'll be able to see only the codes which you're assigned to. And in this way, you're going to have a lot of videos. You can go and look at those videos, right? All the session files also will be uploaded basically. Hello everyone, welcome to the session. In order to download R, yeah, so let me take your question meanwhile. No, Murli, it is continuous. Insurance premium amount. So yeah, R is owned by Microsoft. Ankur, no. R is an open source tool which is not owned by anyone per se, but Ross Ihaka and Robert Gentleman, those were the two scientists who have developed this R in University of Auckland way back in 1993. Microsoft has acquired Revolution Analytics, which works on building enterprise solutions based on R. So it's not owned basically. All right. And yep. So along with that, we also have a WhatsApp group, which is extremely vibrant, my dear friends. On a daily basis, we keep posting, the interview questions. If you just stay tuned and try to explore and answer these interview questions, your job is half done to get placed, right? So along with these 50 hours of training that we deliver, we also provide you with 70 hours of you know case studies and assignments. Once you complete all that, we will be providing you with a few live projects. How many live projects, if that is your question? How many do you want would be my question, right? I have a series of projects that I've been associated with in 8 years of my analytics career, right? Of course, my entire career spans across 13 years, but otherwise 8 years was into core analytics. So I have a bunch of projects, live projects with me. Let me know in which domain, which space you want to practice more. But again, a word of caution: if you do not have time, if you say that you cannot spend time for practice, if you cannot spend time for your studies, then please do not venture into this. It doesn't work. It will neither help you nor us. If you can spend time at the end of this training, you should be in a position to crack any interview whatsoever. Yeah. Ahmed has this question: what is the difference between Hadoop, big data, and data analytics? Are they same with different names? Big data is all about huge volumes of data which your traditional tools cannot handle. For example, if I open an Excel sheet, right? If I open this Excel sheet, it has limited number of rows and limited number of columns. It has how many? 10,48,756. If there are additional rows, my Excel sheet will not work. That is when I need, and that is called as big data, by the way, anything that your traditional tools cannot handle. And in order to handle this, you need a tool called Hadoop, which is a framework basically based on which there are a lot of tools available. And what is data analytics? Taking this data and analyzing it for your business benefit. That is data analytics all about. So Hadoop is a tool which is there to deal with your big data. Data analytics is a profession which is all about analyzing the data. Of course, you use Hadoop to bring your big data into a structured, manageable size, and on top of that, you employ your data analytics. Hope that answers your question. No, they cannot be used. Hive and Pig is only about managing your data, storing your data, working with your data from data management perspective. But no, they cannot be a substitute for R, Nirmal. R is statistical tool, and Pig Hive are more of your big data tools. How to manage your data, how to bring the unstructured data into a structured format, so on and so forth. Python is a very wonderful tool, Vinay, which is fast catching the attention of the world. I would say both R and Python are amazing tools in the current world, but we will be discussing about only R, which is already well established in the market. Python, yep, no doubt that it's going to be the biggest bet. Okay, so Hadoop and R work hand in hand. Yes, they work hand in hand. If I were to put it in that, but there's a good integration between Hadoop and R. Ankur has this question. So we will be learning R for data science, Tableau for data visualization, and Hadoop for data analysis. As part of this curriculum, it's only R for data science, Tableau for data visualization. We will not be dealing with the big data sets. Yep, in order to deal with the big data sets, you need data analysis. Not data analysis, Hadoop, sorry. That's another program which is there with XLR. We'll anyways provide you additional discounts on that program for the people who join. 20,000 rupees Hadoop training is provided for 2,500 for the participants who undergo data analytics with R, with XLR. And you'll also be provided SaaS e-learning in addition to all that. Yep. Joseph has this question. What are the prospects for a person who has absolutely no experience in IT but engineering and management experience of more than 25 years? Your domain experience will pitch in, Joseph. In these scenarios, your domain experience will come in handy. See, most of the consulting or major organizations, they have these industry experts who have spent 20 years, 25 years in their own core manufacturing or engineering sector. They recruit them and they act as mentors for a team of data scientists. And whenever there's a project, say in oil and space, that expert who has 25 years experience in oil and gas sector would pitch in, and then they will be helping out the data science team. Yeah. So if you have financial analytics knowledge, see, analytical tools per se would remain common across the industries and sectors. Depending on the domain or industry or sector that you're associated with, you want to opt for one of those analytics space, such as financial analytics, retail analytics, workspace analytics, so on and so forth, life sciences analytics, and all that. It depends on what domain you carry. But analytical tools, techniques are applicable to all the industries, all the sectors, and all the domains. SPSS is being used, but R is being used more than SPSS. No, SQL is not a prerequisite for learning R, Ankur. Yeah, Hemasundar will start right from the basics. My assumption is that participants who are attending the session don't know anything about stats, don't know anything about analytics. I get started from that premise, based on that premise. Yeah, so statistics will be taught to you right from the basics, starting from what is mean, what is median, so on and so forth. There is no common certification across the globe. Yep, I've been sitting on the interview panel since long. We really don't focus on that because there is no set standard. And the world is changing at such a rapid pace that you cannot standardize any certification. So that will be the least preferred option on your resume. And there's nothing as such which I can, suggest upfront. They will look at the knowledge that you have, the kind of projects that you have worked on, basically, in interviews. Can we safely, Joseph asked this question, can we safely say that Hadoop is into fundamental programming like the ABAP programmers, and the functional side is the big data analytics like R, SAS, and SPs? Maybe Joseph, maybe we can say it in that way. Yes. Advanced Excel and VBA is a part of this course. No, Divya. We will look into a few Excel functions, but predominantly we'll be focusing on R. Yeah, any certification will add weightage, but from data analytics perspective, um, at least we do not look into that when we go to the when we interview. We look into the experience of the person. How good is the certification? And doing those certifications, we know how to do that. It's fairly easy in comparison to working on the real world projects. Yeah, that is why focus should be more on the concepts and the projects that you have been part of. In order to shortlist the profile, also, especially in this profession, people focus more on the projects that you have been associated with and the techniques that you have used in those projects. Partha has this question. I'm working as a BA in BFSI. If I wish to step into this line, then how would it go into the profile? Because the employer would definitely ask. Obviously, they'll ask experience, but you can back your experience by data science, by your domain knowledge. Plus, in order to get into this profession, already people are facing dearth. Already, it's difficult to find data scientists with good experience. You need to choose a training institute which will give you exposure on the real world projects. Simple. If you can work on those real world projects, then you can safely mention that in your profile. Joseph, we have classroom based trainings in Hyderabad and Bangalore, and it's not on a daily basis. It'll be on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, full day for 3 weekends, which will account for approximately 48 to 50 hours. Hemasundar has this question. What are the skills evaluated in data science interviews? They look into your domain knowledge, they look into your data science concepts, etc. Yeah, in Bengaluru also it is on weekends. So they test your statistical skills, Hemasundar. They test your domain experience, and they look into your analytical skills basically. Dheeraj has this question: are you providing real-time project experience? Project exposure would be provided, Dheeraj. Once you submit all your assignments, we will be providing you exposure to the real-time projects. Anil, you are free to attend both classroom and online training. That is what we recommend to most of our participants, and that is what they do. If you listen to these concepts twice, things will become very easy for you. When is the next session in Bengaluru? In June? I think it is on 4th, 5th. It's going to start on 4th, Joseph. Ahmed, it will take approximately 2 months for you all to be having complete command on the subject. But I would say if you can attend all the sessions diligently and submit all the assignments on time, you will be able to, gain, tremendous knowledge basically. We know what is the industry expectations. Based on that, we train you also. Not to worry. We'll add additional concepts if required. We conduct additional sessions as required. So it's not limited to these 50 hours. You keep getting additional trainings also. All right. Do you have any more questions, friends? Oh, we provide a lot of placement assistance. Every now and then you'll be seeing a lot of placement details on our WhatsApp group. Couple of our participants had 6 job offers, not one, not two. Yogesh is one person, Sushanta who is in US, 6 job offers. They say that people have come from various training institutes, and he was the only person who stood out of the crowd because we include those kind of concepts, advanced concepts. Extreme